Hello, Hillbilly halfwit here, Gaza, and today we're going to be talking about the SNP, yes, the SNP in Scotland, with their climate scam as well. And it's about a video where they're talking to the lady who's in charge of all the money and where all the money's been going. So please comment, rate and subscribe and share this stuff because you've been brilliant people. Really, really appreciate it all. Now, just a small little backdrop on this before I do this video. This is what originally got me interested in this massive climate budget. Scotland's got a £4.7 billion climate budget. Well, they can't afford to pay for the really small 60 million agricultural budget, and they've been hiding all this money and pushing it to pay for this climate budget. Then they started selling off wind farm plots under the sea to private investors, and it made something like 700 million, and they nicked that and they put it in the climate budget. So listen to this. Once you follow these things, you can pick it all up then. So listen to this.
As we've just heard, for decades nationalists berated Margaret Thatcher for failing to create a sovereign wealth fund from oil and gas energy resources. But now in government, nationalists have failed to create a sovereign wealth fund and have instead used almost half the funds from wind energy resources to repair the mismanagement of their public finances. So why is it one rule for the nationalists and another rule for everyone else?
Deputy First Minister.
Well, it's not. If Willie Rennie had listened to my answer to Kate Forbes, he would have heard me say that the devolution settlement as it exists constrains our option of establishing a sovereign wealth fund. And I suspect Willie Rennie, given that he often comes to this chamber demanding additional spend on various areas of public services, would be the first to challenge me if we were sitting with an unallocated ScotWind fund, and he would be arguing for that money, no doubt, to be deployed in whatever spending area he came to the chamber in on that particular day. So there is a balance to be struck here. I certainly would want to utilise ScotWind, and in fact it is, when you look at the £4.7 billion being invested in positive action on climate. You could argue that ScotWind money has supported that £4.7 billion investment, as well as supporting public services.
There we have it. Now, once you start zeroing in on this £4.7 billion in Scotland and £4.8 billion in Wales, you realise these bloody small parties are deciding to spend billions and billions of our money while they cut all our small resources and our small services, like cutting people eating free school meals in Wales, for instance, which is a manifesto pledge, and other things like that. So once you realise it, but here's another one as well I saw the other day. SNP admits to felling 16 million trees to develop wind farms. Scottish Tory MSP Liam Kerr said figure would astonish the public, and communities all over the country had cited concerns about the projects. They do not care about destroying our lovely heritage on top of the hill of our beautiful hill countryside. Like I said, I used to work on a wind farm. I know exactly what happens. They bulldoze roads in there. They dig up the place to put all the new cabling in. They put these things up there, and there's nothing there afterwards. Only huge amount of money's been spent. The one I was working on was owned by China, and they were giving massive grants, and the things were basically not spinning during the summertime at all. And dead birds underneath it, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, they had a backup of generators in one area. So I do know what I'm on about with this. It's a big, big scam. So this is one about the SNP today, but only because it really relates to Wales in the same way, because they're working together on this. And if I remember correctly, Wales is actually paying for some of the trees to be planted in Scotland, and the other way round as well. The civil service are basically screwing us all over. So please comment, rate and subscribe, and be careful with your comments on the Jeremy Vine video, or you could get yourself in trouble, okay? Ta-da! All the best, guys.